Welcome back to Booze and Rocks, where we make cocktails for everyone. My name is David Edwards and it's great to have you here today. We're going to make a cherry pop. Now you might be confused with, say, a sweet syrupy cola. However, this is based on a classic martini. And I found the recipe on Curious Concoctions on Instagram, and you know what? It looks really subtle and really tasty, so let's get into it. Now, I did say this was built off of a classic martini, and that contains gin and vermouth. Those are the only two ingredients you need, right? However, this has 4 ingredients, and it's going to create a bunch of subtle nuances that are going to be very, very tasty. So you're gonna get a little bit of bitterness in there, but you're gonna get a little bit of sweetness in there. However, because this is a martini, we are gonna build this in our fancy stirring glass. And we're going to start with a dry style gin. Now I'm using Dillon's Dry Gin 7. They're a local distiller to me. I love their stuff. And we're going to start this with 1.5 ounces or 45 milliliters. Now, you know what? You pour 1.5 ounces of gin in your stirring glass, you don't expect it to literally jump out and land on the cutting board because, you know, apparently it doesn't want to be stirred today. It would rather I shake it with a smile. However, what we are going to do next is add some vermouth, and that follows the standard plan of any martini. Now we're using a white vermouth. I've got Dillon's here, and for those of you who are unaware, vermouth is a fortified wine. Absolutely awesome, but you have to make sure that you actually refrigerate it first. So what we'll do is we will add, oops, way too much. Okay, let's try this again. 1/2 ounce or 15 milliliters. All right, now having done that, you're going to sweeten this up just a little bit. And this is where we actually get our cherry flavor. So I'm gonna use some Luxardo Maraschino Cherry Liqueur. Now, we don't need a lot for this, and it is a dry sweetness, but we do need a teaspoon or 5 mils, or in this case, 1 bar spoon. All right, fantastic. The Luxardo Maraschino is, you just can't go wrong with it. Now, if you put a little bit too much in there, that's okay, because a good cocktail should have a little bit of wiggle room for error, right? Now, the next thing we need is some Peychaud's bitters. Now, these are what's gonna give us a fantastic hue to this cocktail, and we need, what do we need? 2 dashes. Awesome, look at that color, you just can't go wrong with it. Absolutely fantastic. This will give us a little bit of extra depth and boldness to the cocktail. Now I'm going to put a bunch of ice in here, and what we will do is we will still stir this for a good, not with that piece of ice. Anyways, we're gonna stir this for a good 20 to 30 seconds. And remember, you can always stir with a smile. Give it a bit of a test. Oh, it's gonna be fantastic. All right, so you need this Hawthorne strainer, but we're going to put this into a rocks glass, and we're going to put this over some fresh, nice, hard, cold ice. If you have a couple of nice big cubes, anyways, apparently this is just turning into one of those days, which is perfect for a cocktail. So, and what we'll do is we'll just strain it on top like so. Oh, look at that color. Absolutely fantastic. Now what we are going to do is garnish this with a nice brandied cherry. And you know what? Leave the stem on and drop it on like so. Oh yeah, look at that. And here we have a cherry pop. Absolutely gorgeous to look at. So let's give it a smell and taste it out. So immediately we get very subtle hints of cherry. It's not strong. The gin is nicely in there. The vermouth, none of the ingredients are overpowering. Oh, you can taste the gin, you can taste that vermouth. There's a hint of sweetness and light cherry flavor, and the bitters from the Peychaud just ramp it up a little bit of a notch. You know what? I'd have this over a martini any day. Absolutely fantastic. So what I will do is I'll put the ingredients and the method of how to make this down in the description down below for you. And if this is your first time to my channel, please hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell notification. That way, every time I put up a new video, you will be notified. You have a fantastic day.